Hey everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why I had to take a week off of uploading, basically. I don't really consider the announcement video that I did as an actual upload. So before I get into any more details, time for the intro.
Hey everyone, my name is Ashley Stewart. Back in 2018, I was diagnosed with IIH. The long form of this name is called idiopathic intracranial hypertension. Some of you may also know this condition by its older names, either pseudotumor cerebri or benign intracranial hypertension. So if you're curious to learn more about what it's like to live with this condition, or what those of us living with this condition would like you to know, then I strongly encourage you to watch on. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell down below so that you get updated about further videos. I upload new content every Monday and Thursday afternoon.
So guys, you're going to have to bear with me on today's video. I am recovering from a really bad cold. And actually, I'm going to be talking about what living with a cold was like with IIH because it was not fun. So I want to talk about that in Thursday's video. So be sure to stay tuned for that one. So that'll be the next video that is uploaded after this one. As you guys are aware, I had to make an announcement via a video. If I had enough subscribers on YouTube, I would have access to something called the community tab, where I would be able to basically use YouTube as a social media platform like I do with everything else. This is why I strongly encourage you guys to follow me on my social media, because it allows me to communicate with all of you in a way that I can't on YouTube because I don't have enough subscribers. And in a way, a lot of people think getting to 1,000 subscribers is really easy, but when you're talking about a rare disease or a subject that doesn't necessarily impact everybody, it can be very difficult to gain subscribers, depending on the audience that you're targeting. And I really honestly feel that just because you aren't making content that is really targeted at everybody, that your subscribers should affect your ability to communicate with your community. I am honored by the amount of people that have found me on this platform. And in the ideal world, I would have had access to the community tab and I would have been able to completely give you guys updates as I got them myself. But because I don't have access to the community tab and not everybody follows me via social media, I felt it was only fair to make a video saying that what was going on in the best way that I could at the time, because I wasn't even aware of everything that was going on at the time. I had no idea on a timeline even back then because it had just happened. So here's what happened. On January 1st, my day started out probably the worst that it could. So I didn't actually make it till midnight. I haven't since I've actually, the year I got sick was the first year that I didn't make it till midnight. And it was because I actually was sick with something else before I ended up getting symptoms of IIH. So what happened was I got basically a phone call. It started out as a text message actually saying that one of my family members had been rushed to the hospital and all of that. And it wasn't very much longer later and this person ended up passing away. So my grandpa ended up passing away. This is one of my only living grandparents that are left. Both of my grandparents on my father's side have already passed away. My grandpa passed away when my dad was quite young on my dad's side, and my grandma passed away when I was 15, or was I almost 15? No, I believe I was 14. I would have been 15 later that summer. It's been a very rough start to 2020. And then just after that, I ended up catching a really bad cold. That video that I put out for Monday last week was the quickest I've ever made something for YouTube. The production time from the time I recorded it to the time I uploaded it was 2 hours. That's all. I didn't put hardly much effort into it. It was basically one take and done because it was extremely difficult. I wasn't in the right mind to be filming anyways, but I knew I had to do something for all of you because you guys are basically my family. You're basically a way that I get through my IIH and all of that. So to all of you in who are watching this right now who have sent condolences, comments, reacted to my posts on social media. I haven't done much on my public platforms because I've wanted to wait until I've done this video. But to those of you who have sent your condolences and all of that, thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated. And the kind words have been overwhelming. So thank you. My family appreciates it as well. You never know basically when you're going to get your final goodbye. So just make sure that you always are appreciative of someone every time you see them. Because one time, it will be the last time that you see that person. If it wasn't for my grandpa, I would have no idea about agriculture. And being that I live in Saskatchewan, agriculture is a huge part of our industry. It has been with us since the pioneers were here. A lot of us have become separated from the agriculture industry as we moved into the cities, and I am actually one of them. So if it hadn't been for my grandpa, I would have never known how agriculture works. I actually had the chance of riding with him in his semi because he used to haul bales and all of that. And early mornings, basically. One of my best memories is basically sleeping in the back of the cab because those semis had a sleeping bunk for the drivers if they wanted to stop and pull over and have a nap, basically. So I often got to ride back there, and it was awesome. It was really long days, but you get to see just what is involved in all of that. Also going fishing and all of that. That was back in, when was that? I think that was 2009 that my mom and I took a trip with my grandparents up to a really far place up north in Saskatchewan. It's around Wollaston Lake, so it's at the very northern tip. I can insert a picture actually and show you where this is on the map. It is extremely far north, and it was one of the best trips I've ever been on. It is so peaceful up there. The beaches are like, the sand is like so soft, and honestly, one of the best trips I've ever had. And basically eating fish 3 times a day because that's all you basically had, right? And so yeah, that was amazing getting to experience that. And another thing that we used to do was going and watching horse races. My grandpa loved watching horse races. Wasn't my favorite thing in the world, but he enjoyed it. So those are a few of my memories. I didn't really notice anything with the grieving process. I know when I've kind of been quite emotional in the past, I can actually feel like my head pressure is going up. But honestly, the worst I was feeling was just because I was at the end. I was actually dealing with my period at the end of this, so I was still recuperating from PMS symptoms, which I've talked about in a previous video. So all of that if you want to check it out. Next video, I'm going to be talking about dealing with this cold with IIH because it got really bad. I'm actually still struggling with it. Just thanks for sticking with me as the uploads have been a little bit on the DL since before the new year. The January 2nd video was meant to be short because it was just basically a preview of what I wanted to focus on in 2020, but I was not expecting to have another very short video, even shorter than that one that I had planned, come up so fast, but life is like that. So thanks again for bearing with me with that. So, as for now, that's it for today. Bye, everyone.